I wish I knew when I was born. I wish I could fill out the zodiac chart completely, but I can't. I'd have to just guess.
I wish that they understood that adoption and coming to terms with it is a lifelong process, and that no one really is fully over it. There's no such thing as being over it, and a lot of times complex feelings are involved, and you could both be sad but also grateful at the same time. Both are true and both are valid.
I wish they understood that adoption is painful. Sometimes there is no joy or happiness that is a part of the story. Sometimes at the end of the day, all that's left to rely on is yourself.
I wish they understood that even if we can't remember what happened, it doesn't mean we don't have trauma.
I wish they understood that adoption is complex and not always as simple as people think.
I wish they knew that the trauma we experience during our first years before being adopted is still something that many adoptees carry with us even into our adult lives. It's something that is frustrating because we can't remember it, but our body does, and that it affects the way we act, the way we behave, and the way we interact and think about life.
I wish they understood that no two adoption stories are the same. Some of us were in foster homes and others in orphanages, and due to our different personalities and influences, we all view our adoptions differently. Some of us give it lots of thought and others really don't, and some of us love talking about it and others really don't. We're all individuals, and being adopted is what ties us together.
I wish people understood how frustrating it is to not know your medical history. I wish people understood the value of having a birthday that they know they were born on, the story of how they were born, all of these little details that you celebrate every year. A lot of adoptees don't have those details, and for them, it just leaves this void where they're asking, like, I wish I knew what happened. I wish I knew when I was born. I wish I could fill out the zodiac chart completely, but I can't. I'd have to just guess.
I wish people would understand that even if the adoptee is a newborn, the adoptee's body still remembers it physically and mentally, despite the fact that you can't recall it or anything like that. We still remember the experiences. Please be mindful of what you say, because sometimes the questions that we get as an adoptee can be very insensitive.
I wish they understood that adoption is trauma, that it's acceptable that adoptees go through a period of grief. They grieve their biological mom, there could have been life. Grief looks different for everyone, and just because they grieve a life that was taken away from them does not mean that adoptees do not appreciate the life they have today. Many transracial adoptees experience identity struggles, specifically imposter syndrome. When people ask what my racial identity is, I tell them I'm Chinese, and then yet they insist I'm not. Just be more sensitive in your comments and understand that the adoptee is the expert in their experience.